So we're going to look at problem number 2 on the chapter review for chapter 6. And there are 4 parts to problem number 2. Part 1 says to state the axis of symmetry. Part 2 says to state the vertex of the parabola. The question asks you to make a table of other points on the parabola. That's part 3. And then part 4, state the solution or solutions. And in all these cases, we're supposed to graph and label our parts. So I'm going to start off by writing down what the equation that I'm given is, negative 2x squared plus 20x minus 50 equals 0. And I'm just going to note that because I'm asked to graph this, I'm not just asked to graph the solution, I really should write this as an equation, as a function. So I'm going to write negative 2x squared plus 20x minus 50 equals y. And that's what I'm going to be graphing, that quadratic function. I am going to first find the axis of symmetry. So in this video, we're going to find the axis of symmetry. And the axis of symmetry is an imaginary line that runs through the very center of the parabola. So if this was a parabola, the axis of symmetry would be an imaginary line that runs directly through the middle. If I fold the parabola over, oops, what happened here? Go back here. Fold the parabola over the middle of that line, all the pieces of the parabola would line up. It's exactly through the very center of the graph. So to find the axis of symmetry, I'm going to use part of the quadratic formula. X equals the opposite of b over 2a. And I'm using x because the axis of symmetry is a vertical line, and as you know, all vertical lines are always x equals some number, so this is going to be x equals whatever number that is, and we'll find it by using opposite of b over 2a. So where does the b and the a come from? Well, that's coming from this piece right here. A is equal to negative 2, and B is equal to positive 20. If you were looking for C, which we don't need, it would be negative 50, but we're not going to really need that here. This will be in B. Now we're going to plug it into our formula. So X equals the opposite of 20 over 2 times A, which is negative 2. And that looks like negative 20 over negative 4, which is, of course, positive 5. So x is going to equal positive 5. So we found what the axis of symmetry is. Now we're supposed to graph it. So you want to just graph paper at this point. So I'm going to just put some grid marks on my OneNote screen. And I will make a quick sketch here. I'll make an x and a y-axis. Here's a y-axis. Here's my x-axis. And x equals 5. So your vertical lines are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the x-axis. I'm just going to mark it with a dotted line. This isn't really part of the parabola. This is just an imaginary line that goes through the center of the parabola. I'm supposed to label this. So here I go. X equals 5. Oh, and I better label my y-axis. We'll do that later. At the bottom. Alright, so there it is, my equation for the axis of symmetry, graphed and labeled. If you'd like to see the next parts of this question, tune into the next video.